be okay and comfortable with being around people that know more than you. I can't tell you, bro, and I'm sure you know this being in New York, how many people that like I'm only in my circle and I'm the best person in my circle. Like I never want to be around anybody else that knows more than me or is better than me or is more good looking than me. It's like people run away from being challenged. Like we wouldn't have been here if we weren't challenging each other. Tony says some stuff sometimes. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right, dude. Like, do I want to hear it? Like, no. Am I upset? I'm more upset at myself about what he said, not really at him. And I say some stuff to him sometimes. He's like, you know what, Steve? Like, you're right. Like,
yeah, it's true.
Like, I got to get it together. And that's how you, like, grow at life, by being with somebody that, you know what, not everything's perfect all the time. And we're going to say stuff to ruffle each other's feathers. Like, I mean, on here we say
it's like a long-term leap.
Yo, it's... I done started from the small grind, turned it up major. I remember all the hard times, that's what made me greater. Done departed from the haters, got no time, see you later. Always finish what I started, that's what I call major. No, I'm major. Episode 16. 1,000 subscribers.
Wow, like we got there pretty fast, huh? What, it took like 2 months?
Nah, yeah, dude. Just about 2 months.
Yeah.
Think about it. 8 weeks. Yeah. 2 months. This might be like the 9th week now. 8th or 9th week. So, yeah, it's YieldMax. Shout out to YieldMax. A lot of people have been searching up there, you know. Some of the Grana share stuff. A lot of the company breakdowns, too, have been doing pretty good. So, you know, offering the value like we want to.
How did we get here? Like, how did we really get here?
Like inside today because it's raining out, or?
I mean, like what have we spoken about? I guess the most. Well, YieldMax, obviously.
YieldMax. I think we started this, you know, kind of breaking down the invest ethics and things that have gotten us to where we've been at, and you know, knowledge of our trials and errors and our goods and bads, essentially. Then earnings season, breaking down different companies that we believe in long term. Then some, you know, key indicators that we realize, like, yo, there's some of these big financial people and they're not breaking down like the simplest of terms to people in a way that's not just their opinion. Like, here's the RSI, here's the Investopedia definition, and then here's our interpretation. You know, here's the VIX.
Got a lot of things.
Yeah. Like, so I mean, that's my assessment of where we've been at and kind of the value and changing people's lives with YieldMax. But what would you say yours is? You know,
like, I mean, it would have to be like YieldMax, honestly.
Yeah.
We preached YieldMax for a long time. It's paying a lot of dividends. You know, like essentially what it's there for is to provide you an income. As we said before, you know, the underlying asset will more than likely outperform the YieldMax ETF. But, you know, maybe your stock goes through a few bad years and YieldMax is there paying you an income and a consistent dividend. That might pay out better in like a certain time frame.
Right.
Know? It, I mean, like might or might not.
You shouldn't even buy the YieldMax ETF if you wouldn't buy the underlying.
But I feel like some of the YieldMax ETFs could have that intersection with the underlying asset, just because we've seen it in Amazon earlier.
How the Amazon ETF was going up more than
like
the
we
stock.
seen it earlier this year, like a few months back when we first started the episodes. Like Amazon, the underlying asset was doing really well, but the YieldMax the YieldMax income option ETF for Amazon was doing better than the actual Amazon
Superly, not really a lot, but it's even to be doing that is crazy though.
Yeah.
Like,
so like I feel like at some point, some of these YieldMax ETFs come to that intersection where they like outperform the underlying asset. I think it's short-lived,
without a doubt. I mean, you got Tesla that January 1st was at $24, and now it's at $14.
Nah, yeah, so like it's getting killed. Some of them are getting killed. Like we've been talking about Tesla for a while because remember it's been underperforming for the past few years. So, I mean, that right there is probably going to turn around if Tesla, you know, gets some wheels and starts to head up.
Because you want to buy Tesla. You would want to buy Tesla where it's at, the stock. Yeah. Just the
like,
stock
I
itself.
think Tesla's going to be worth a few thousand a share.
So then Tesla would be like, you shouldn't be buying a YieldMax fund if you don't believe in the underlying asset.
Oh yeah, like of course not. Yeah.
Like don't buy Tesla if you're like, well, I don't really want Tesla, but I'm gonna buy Tesla. Like it don't even make any sense.
No. Yeah, I mean it doesn't make any sense. You have to buy the underlying asset.
And even MSTY was 2038 January 1st. Now it's 2388. NVDY was 2259. Now it's 2573. I mean the past week has been doing pretty good for the funds, but for it even to just be like right there.
I mean,
where it's at is like.
I mean,
wow.
NVDY is still down 3% for the month, so it's still not really doing good. It's kind of recovering from where it's at.
Yeah.
Like anyone who's held a lot of NVDY know that it's been getting slammed down. So like Nvidia was underperforming for a short period of time. I guess people are so upset about it because they've been outperforming the whole time. So it's just like, all right. Like, when is Nvidia going to go back up again? And now we're, like, kind of getting back to it, like, where it's, like, starting to spin its wheels again. You know, pushing that 130, 140 area where it's, like, it like, really wants to get up there.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, even, just a question somebody asked me, which was, like, why YieldMax? Like, why do you invest in YieldMax? And I was trying to think of, like, a simple way to, like, say it. And, we talk about it all the time, but I wrote it down so I could remember exactly how I said it. I said it's kind of similar to hiring a team of traders to trade options for you.
No, I mean that's essentially what it is.
And I said the risks apply, of course.
I mean that's what.
But
it is.
You're hiring people. Did you interview these people? No. I mean you should be doing your research. That's your interview
they're
process.
not going to be perfect, right? Like they're definitely going to have
like
bad
any
trades.
Employee would not be perfect.
But it's like, come on, like. If you're looking for income, this is probably as good as it gets, and then you still get action on that underlying asset. It's like you get a little bit of everything, and
like they give you access to they give you access and high yields from assets, bro, that like you wouldn't normally get it from. Like Nvidia's not paying you anywhere near this a month, but yet you're still getting the access to it.
I mean, Nvidia's not
Tesla's
paying
not
anything,
paying you. Yeah, I mean Nvidia is, but it's like. You could have $100,000 in Nvidia. They're gonna pay you like $2.
Literally. I mean, like I think Nvidia did really well. MicroStrategy did real well. A lot of these names did real well. And now that they're having like some like drawdowns, people are like, "Oh my God!" But it's like, if you believed in Nvidia at 140, like you gotta believe in it now.
It's just like with
and
Bitcoin.
If you believe in MicroStrategy, like. Like at 180, and now it's like 130, and it's fighting with 130.
People believed in Bitcoin when it was like up there near like 70K, and now like when you see it at like 40, 45, people are like, oh.
Nah, I mean it's
now it's not a 40, 45.
I mean it's cruising in the 50s.
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna cruise in the 50s, but there's a lot going on. It's August, man. Yeah. It's August.
That's why we're still kind of
said it before. August is crazy month, crazy.
Yeah, I mean, did it go too far, too fast?
I mean, did it go too far, too fast, or like we still gonna like go up? I personally think it's August, and we still got September. This is like a little area where it's like it gets a little wobbly here.
Still cool it's still solid to keep some cash. Essentially.
I mean, it's been going crazy lately. Everything's going crazy again. So like, does it continue all week? Or is there something going on with the Fed and FOMC and, maybe the markets react a different way later on in the week. It seems too good to
be true right now. And what do we say, like,
yeah, when things are too good to be true, they're usually. It is. It's true.
Oh, shit.
It is.
But like you see it, like.
When it's too good to be true, that's because it is.
Courtesy of CNBC, we got since August 5th intraday lows. Some of the, major tech stocks went through,
yeah, like Nvidia, up 40% since August 5th. Meta's up 16. Amazon's up 16. Apple's up 14. Microsoft's up 8%. Alphabet's up 6%. Tesla's up 12%. This is all since August 5th.
Like crazy work.
Yeah,
crazy work.
Crazy. It's like it's like wow. Steve wrote this one, so I'm reading Steve's notes.
Man, it's decent handwriting,
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, like these like household names. Like what are you gonna do? Like what are you gonna do?
I mean, now like we've been saying though this whole time leading up to here to like nibble in. So like would have been a good idea to been nibbling in a little bit and buying.
I was telling you the whole time. I'm like, these names are gonna come back. It's whether they're hold or not, and considering it's August and they like literally bounce right back up August, September, or like I think the market has like one more
We
sell-off
believe it.
in
We
it.
believe
Like
in
one
our
more
opinion.
good sell-off in
Yeah.
it. Like that's what I believe. But
And
you
too
know,
many green
like maybe
days,
I'm
so
wrong.
many green. Yeah, maybe we are wrong.
Yeah,
It just
like
keeps
maybe I'm
going
wrong.
to oblivion, or to infinity. Not oblivion, infinity.
Nah, but I mean, look, in the past month, technically, Nvidia's only up 10%. So it's actually doing a little better in the past 30 days than it was before. So
Yeah.
like Meta's up 11% in the past month, but Amazon is still down 3% on the month. Apple's down 1% on the month. Microsoft is down 3.5% on the month. Alphabet is down 6% on the month, and Tesla's almost down 7% on the month.
Crazy.
So even though they bounced back from those August 5th lows, like on the month, they're still like, some of these names are still hurt. So
it could still go back down and take away some of
Hey.
them gains from August.
I think
Without
I
a
think
doubt.
anything is possible here.
To
As-
5 to
like, as we
10%
said.
drawdowns wouldn't be nothing, But Nvidia's earnings are next week, so that's like, that's gonna be big too, bro. With the Blackwell chip getting delayed and all that, like, who knows if that's gonna play into effect? Which I don't really think it is, but I bought 2 more long-term leaps today
I mean,
for Nvidia. I
like
just
these
doubled
names
in,
are
so.
like these names again pretty killed too. Like you got MSTR down 19%, almost 20% in the past month.
Damn.
MSTR. So people that were like MSTY is down almost 20% this month.
Oh, I thought you said MSTR, MSTY. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like yeah, like you got MSTR down to 20. You got the SPY up. The SPY is up 1%. You got the Nasdaq up another 1.2%. Got the Dow up 230%. I mean, like the Dow's up. The Dow's up today, 230
today,
points.
okay.
Yeah, the SPY's up. The Nasdaq's up. Like everything's up.
And it's been going up.
And like
bro.
some of
It's
these
been
names
crazy.
still, some of these names can still recover a lot more. I don't really know too much.
What
what's
would
gonna go
be
on.
your assessment for somebody maybe sitting on some cash and kind of in some of these positions?
I mean, some of these YieldMax products got so cheap over the past month. It's like
well,
incredible.
YieldMax or the underlying assets, like what would be
Like
your,
everything got cheap over the past month. Look at Supermicro, still only like $600. Remember, we seen it $1,200.
yeah. It's like, what do you prioritize at this point, right? Like to any individual
Like
investor,
whatever
like
you
what do
see
you?
on sale, that's like
Yeah,
really
grab it.
good. Like you know what I mean? You should grab it up.
I grabbed 25 more MSTY today, little $500-$600, just just trying to build it in because I seen the difference between. It's almost like them and like Coney are like the same because you're essentially it's in the crypto space, But I think MicroStrategy is way better because of their large holdings of Bitcoin, and Coney is down too, like 40-something%.
Nah, a lot of these.
So and like
a lot of these
MSTY is
YieldMax
holding
products
firm.
are down pretty
Yeah,
good.
even MBDY's there, but I think either way, no matter what it is, it's definitely a time these past couple weeks that people should have been like
it's
nibbling
kinda,
in.
I mean, it's kind
but
of
we could
like
still keep
right
going.
with the
It could
YieldMax
keep going
products, right? Too like people have to understand like you're aiming for income, so it's all about your share count, right? So like you have to like reinvest like your dividends to build up a bigger position, so you have bigger share count. So and then when you're taking money out your fund, you're like making a good amount and still having the position. But it's really all about your share count. Like if you're just holding the same MVDY over and over and over, yeah, you're gonna have times where you're like down pretty good. And you're gonna have times where you're up pretty good. But it's all about that share count. Like focus on your income, focus on what you want to extract from it, right? Because essentially, if you have, let's say, 2,000 shares of MSTY and then paying $3 a share, that's $6,000 a month,
I would love to get there.
right? And then you said with MVDY, what you got? 3,000 shares of MVDY? Or is it
Like
2,000?
31.25.
All right, so 3,100 shares.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you start getting $1.50 again, that's like around
I
$4,700,
want
$4,800.
$2. We need the $2.
Yeah, so let's say $2. Right, that's like $6,300 a month just off MVDY. So it's like you have to focus on your share count and then figure out a strategy where you just want to extract money from it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Like
you
what's
start at-
comfortable for you, for me, or for
Yeah.
anybody.
And I like feel like these are good times to buy, like, and then when they empty out the fund at the end of the month, excuse
the
me,
year.
the end of the year, like, this is gonna be prime time. So
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
No, it's around the holidays, Christmas time, but everything's gonna be on sale.
Especially after that. You know,
Yeah,
it's gonna
like
take a lot out
once
of
the
each fund.
distributions, like once the distributions come out at the end of the year on all the funds, a lot of these names are gonna be really cheap. Like, you know, so if you haven't built a position, this will probably be the perfect time for you to build it up over the next few months.
At least MSTY without a doubt. MVDY, I mean, if you guys are thinking about building positions, you know, I personally would say to just skip this next divvy payment and just kind of wait till it drops down, and that's when you start. Because it would be one thing to just, let me put my $5,000 or $10,000 in there right before this, and then you just get clipped off the rip. Because I tried to start at a down point. But
it doesn't,
either way,
it doesn't really matter because you get the
right.
cash distribution. So it really doesn't matter. But it's really all about that share count.
Yeah.
Because if you
you could buy more shares.
If you're starting fresh in the next few months, right? Like, you can just get in there, nice discounted price, and then ride it up all year and then get distributions, you know? You can take out your cash. You can put in other underlying assets that you like. Do really whatever you want with it. It's a cash distribution.
Yep.
It's an income. Like, if you want it to be the best asset in the world, I mean, this is probably not it for you. But if you want a nice, good income that's making you 5-6% a month, 7% a month, you know, nice yield out the fund.
I mean, let's look at it like this. How many people How many people got $20,000, $50,000 sitting in a shoebox or just sitting in their bank account and just not doing anything?
Some people keep
some people
maybe
that's their emergency fund,
like 2-3% a year.
Some people got like $10,000-$15,000 and just like, man, I don't know what I want to do with it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with
that. But
like, if people want to make their little high interest yield, you know what I mean?
If you got some money that you want to play around with, maybe you want to start a business or something. With that. You put some money for the business, or you could put a little bit in the YieldMax too and have a little steady income. It's multiple income streams at the end of the day.
Some like large tech, and you dollar cost average for the next 5 years and just rock out.
Yeah,
you could do that.
You could do that too.
That's always a good plan. We always say you have to put the money to work somehow, some way.
No matter what you're gonna do in life, I mean, this is our way how we're making it work, and we're not the only ones. You can go on YouTube, Google. I mean, YouTube primarily. You'll see a lot of people talking about YieldMax.
Yeah.
A lot of people showing you their dividends and what they're getting, and then you retire on dividends is going to show you their exact trades and what they're doing. You got people like SoCal Steve that has like the ideology behind it of like, I mean, he's getting $500,000 a year in dividends. So that's like,
I mean, some people like to,
it's crazy.
Get a lot of income.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you want to invest $1 million and make $60,000 a month, I mean, that's what he wants to do. Let him do it. Right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Go ahead. I mean, I want to be there. I want to be able to do that and not even worry about it. I think that's the greatest part of investing in YieldMax is you don't want to be solely tied to this. Not saying there's probably some people in our group that are, and I kind of have a lot of.
I mean, some of these funds have over 100% distribution rate.
Yeah.
So that means that they've paid out over 100% in distributions for the underlying asset. So you have MSTY and VDY, and these guys are 100% distribution rate people.
It's like crazy, right?
Calling the stocks people, but it's just crazy. Like, did Nvidia do more than 100%? Yes, we know it did.
Yeah.
Did MicroStrategy do better than MSTY? Yes, we know. But the income is the income. Like, if that's what you're looking for, that's essentially what we like about YieldMax. Is like, it's the income.
I can just chill back. I have different income. I can help my family out with some things. I can pay some of my bills off. I can support the podcast. Like, it's kind of doing everything right now. And you can even use some of the payment to invest in some, of the underlying assets. So now you're not only just getting a monthly dividend, but you're also getting money where, hey, maybe I don't have to take money from my check or my job or my business to invest in other growth stocks. I can take it from my dividend on top of reinvesting back into the fund. So it's all about how you want to play it,
Yeah, man.
How you want to think about it. So
it's like the NASDAQ playing the futures on it.
I hear you. I knew when you paused like that, you were about to say something.
I mean how do you feel about trading futures? Because it's something that you recently started. You know, it's more like an interview now.
Yo, I mean, it's just
like,
funny.
how do you feel?
Honestly, I'm gonna take it just even like to this podcast and then bring it to there, because if you look at like what we stand for on this, and it's financial guidance and emotional intelligence. And I always like, you know, we talked about how like you kind of have a lot of the guidance, and I have like the emotional intelligence with things.
Yes.
So to be trading futures and then to actually just see it not only with this and what we're doing and about long-term investing and YieldMax, but to see it transition to there, and how like I'm learning about different technical indicators. And
Steve
then
Tudor Jones.
Yeah. And then I'm helping you with things that like emotional things that, you know, you've had problems with. So it's like I kind of don't have as much of the technical analysis, and then it's like we're helping each other out. But I'm just about true. I'm always been like a process dude. Like I enjoy the journey, the process. Like I never worried about the end goal. And I see that with futures. I could see why a lot of people probably fail, because they're just so worried about like the money of it, and they're like not sticking to the rules. And, you know, shout out to, you know, me and Tony bought a course. David Green and Peter Tushman.
Peter Tushman.
I mean, yeah, I guys, if you see, it's whited out here because we paid for the course, and I wouldn't give out the rules.
They're pretty smart guys, pretty big time traders.
You can't even find them online, but yeah, they're Wall Street traders.
Yeah, like big time traders.
A lot of the things that they had on there, it's like, wow, I believe like the same things of just like, you know, not counting the chickens before they hatch, like little stuff like that. And, you know, worrying about what you're going to lose
crazy.
first.
I'm like, wow, this is like pretty cool.
And you can't really find, I tried to look on Google too. You said, if you find somebody that's teaching futures, like a full out thing, let me know.
I always told you that. It's not like if I would see somebody teaching that online, that'd be cool.
Now, there's people that have groups that can show you how to trade with them, but there's not like what we just bought, like a course, like, here's the course, and I do this and this with Wall Street, like that.
I haven't seen much, but I mean the internet's big. You can find anything.
You probably can, if we did enough digging, right?
Yeah.
But I feel good about it. I think it's just another way for us to kind of establish.
Yeah, like express our feelings on the market.
Our feelings on the market, yeah.
Like I think trading futures. I mean, I've never really traded NASDAQ futures until recently. It's probably been a few years, and like I felt like the NASDAQ futures, you know, there's a lot of potential in there to make some quick money.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Probably stack up some like good money, like build some positions, you know, get a few things done in life. I think the NASDAQ is really like a place where you can, you know, you can really print money in the futures.
I look at it, it's you know, take it for how you want, but I look at it almost like YieldMax in a way of, in the sense of, it takes a lot more work, obviously, because we're doing more and we're analyzing more, and we have to make decisions on the fly. But just the fact of like getting it to a point of, hey, I just want to make this little bit, and I'm cool with this. It's the same with YieldMax. Like, hey, I'm cool with this, and let me get there, and let me be cool with once I get there.
Yeah.
Like if I could see people on YouTube that have so much more, but it's like, you know what? That's not where I'm at in life. We can get so caught up in life of being like trying to compare ourselves. Well, I see that he has this, so that's what I want. When it's in reality, you don't realize what it took for someone like that to get there, to have the confidence.
I mean,
to
some
put
people
it there.
trade. I mean, some people trade for years and don't have. Let's say they trade for 10 years and maybe they have like a few years that are profitable.
Yeah.
Like it happens to a lot of people where they start off trading and stuff in the first couple of years, they're losing money hand over fist. And if you don't put a lid on it, like it's like a rabbit hole almost.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like almost like, you know, trading futures, like you really could get more insight on like how the market moves to certain
I've been definitely realizing that too, you know.
Like, you know, certain headlines move the market, so the futures market kind of quickly reacts to things and stuff. And, you know, there's times where, you know, as a trader, you can have days where the market is a little skewed in your favor. Because,
and we're just kind of putting our different visions into the market. And
any people that we have two different outlooks on the on the market, so it's cool when we actually come together, because a lot of good things do happen. We kind of like come together for stuff and just boom.
Yep, and even that, or like anybody just watching, it's like, guys, like, your mind's gonna take you wherever, maybe like your research is taking you, maybe where your beliefs take you. If you're not like constantly, like, you're maybe hearing us talk about futures, well, let me look into that, you know, like, I heard Tony talking about it. I wanted to look into it. I wanted to do it.
You got a lot of companies. You got Top Step Trader. You got Take Profit Trader. You got the company we use, Apex Trader. Like you have a lot of different companies.
And even YieldMax is the same thing. It's if you're not like surrounding yourself with people that have more knowledge than you, and you have to be okay and comfortable with being around people that know more than you. I can't tell you, bro, and I'm sure you know this being in New York, how many people that like I'm only in my circle and I'm the best person in my circle. Like I never want to be around anybody else that knows more than me or is better than me or is more good looking than me. It's like people run away from being challenged. Like we wouldn't have been here if we weren't challenging each other. Tony says some stuff sometimes. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right, dude. Like, do I want to hear it? Like, no. Am I upset? I'm more upset at myself about what he said, not really at him. And I say some stuff to him sometimes. He's like, you know what, Steve? Like, you're right. Like,
yeah, it's true.
Like, I got to get it together. And that's how you, like, grow at life, by being with somebody that, you know what, not everything's perfect all the time. And we're going to say stuff to ruffle each other's feathers. Like, I mean, on here we say
it's like a long-term leap.
Yo, it's like, you know what I mean? But it's like, guys, like, you see us on here, we talk a lot, we do a lot of research, but there's a lot of like things like off camera where we're really going like this to be at a point where we're cool with. Not everything is going to be peachy in life with the people that really care about you. Like,
and like building up a podcast, and us doing it every week, it's like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
Got a lot of things going on, and it's really cool to come in, like every week and keep updates on all these names that like we're investing in. We're telling people to invest in. Well, not telling people, but just talking about it to people.
Expressing our opinions.
Yeah, like expressing our opinions. No financial advice.
Yeah.
But some of these names are doing. Yeah, like some of the like some of these names are doing really well.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, all we're doing is most of this is following the big money. Yeah. Most of this is following the big money.
Following big names and like talking about it. Not really.
Everyone's gonna try to find, like, somebody was talking to me about some. I don't even know what it, like, it had like a $5 million like market cap, and I'm like, I mean, next year they're gonna do this and this and this, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I'm not saying it might not or whatever, just like where I'm at, I'm trying to put my money. It gotta have a B on there, bro.
Yeah. If like a couple $100 billion on the company at least, right?
Yeah, couple.
No. I mean,
Shake Shack only got
Shake
3
Shack
or 4.
4.
Like 4. So it gotta have a B on there, though.
Like,
I'm not saying anybody that
for sure.
That's not discredited. I'm sure there is. I'm gonna
besides
actually
Lay's,
look now.
Besides Lay's.
What's that?
The one I sent you earlier, LASE.
Oh,
I tell you,
the
it's gonna make the
laser
lasers to shoot down the drones.
Yo,
I'm gonna put some spare change by the end of the year on it. Maybe
we'll put a link down. You guys can do your own research on it. I didn't even really look at it.
No, it's funny. It's funny.
But you know what one I do like that I think is in the millions. This is actually a little great topic. We're getting on the end here because we said we didn't see any. The Serve Robotics. That they have the robots that are serving the food.
Oh yeah,
and they just signed the thing with Shake Shack.
I told you, I like these robot companies are gonna watch. This is
Serve Robotics.
This is gonna be like a thing. It's gonna be a thing.
They're gonna put all the Uber Eats and Grubhub people out of jobs.
Yeah, they're gonna put everybody out. Service, cashiers. They're gonna you're gonna walk in. There's gonna be a kiosk and it's gonna be like a robot. Like dishing you out your food. They're gonna call your name and they're gonna shoot it down in the window.
A blonde robot.
Like the Jetsons. Remember the Jetsons where the food just came out? Like it's gonna be like that. Like they already have those in Texas. It's the craziest thing ever.
Nah, yeah.
Or like a.
Or Flippy too. There's that thing, Flippy.
Yeah, remember I showed you Flippy?
Yeah, Flippy.
Flippy's cool. Some of these robot names in the food industry are gonna take a lot of jobs, and when it decides that it's gonna happen and the big deal is gonna get cut, there's gonna be some jobs lost on there.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they turn them to runners to the cars.
Whoa.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think ahead here.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything, right? The world is so young on it, bro. It's like we're stuck in the couple first innings of it all, So it's like, guys, where do you want to invest at? Where do you see the world being at? Like, we should invest in that,
I mean, like I think MicroStrategy, is pretty cool for the crypto space.
They got a new leveraged ETF too. I think it's MSTX. Just came out.
Yeah, there's so many things. There's just so many things in the market where it's just like, there's so many things to invest in. I know YieldMax pays the solid dividends. I know the underlying assets attached to them. If you just buy those assets
that's what we're going to preach, guys. We're not going to sit here like, yo, look,
Like
this is the stock that's going to go from $1 to 200. Like, I'm never going to be like that. I want people to
never.
We're not going to necessarily tell you like this is what you should do with your life and this is how you should make money, you know, because that's not what we're here for. We're here for people that have an allotted amount of money and they want to do their own research and make a decision based on their own belief, and then they want to express that belief in the market through certain things that we talk about.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like that, right? Yeah, I mean, that's just what it is.
Should hang your disclosure up front next time.
Oh, yeah, trust me. Mason going to put it right down, bro. Trust
put
me.
it right there, Mason.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of cool, interesting things in the market. A lot of things are discounted.
Yep. Did it go
Just
too
shop
far,
around.
too fast? We won't really know yet, you know?
Yo, like the futures market is going crazy on the upside.
Yeah.
Like, you know me, I'm going to be looking for the sell button.
Yeah.
Unless it, you know, catches me off guard a little bit this week. But, like, we'll see. There's a lot.
Calm, man.
Man,
you know?
there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
So, that's it, you know? YieldMax forever.
Yeah.
YieldMax legends.
He love the YieldMax. He love it. He love that divvy. He love those NASDAQ futures better.
Peace.